Can you believe another week has already gone by? I'm Marty, here with Warehouse and Operations as a Career, and I'd like to thank you for listening in with us again today. If you are a repeat listener, and I hope you are, I hope everyone has subscribed so you won't miss out on any of our weekly or special episodes. All you need to do is click that little subscribe button on iTunes if you're on a desktop, or use the Apple Podcast app on your iPhone. And for us Android users, I'd recommend Google Play Music. And of course, there's a host of podcatcher apps out there that we can use. All of these buttons can be found on our website, warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com. And while I'm talking about the show, I'll throw a quick plug out to our Twitter and Facebook feeds. Both can be found using the little @ WHSEANDOPS on both forms of media. We try and retweet as many job postings as we can each week to Twitter, and all of our episodes can be found on our Facebook page too. Well, enough of the blah blah and promotion stuff. What are we going to talk about today? Let me see here. Oh, and real quick, WAOC went mobile a couple of times lately. We really enjoyed the job fair that we were invited to a few weeks ago. And meeting up with Joe last week on the road in Denver, we had a great time there. That was really cool. If you have an event coming up or an ideal for a mobile show, be sure to shoot us an email. We enjoy hitting the road and talking with each of you. I jotted down a few notes, a couple of things to look at. Really, a couple of things that came up recently. I guess more like questions regarding things brought up on the show. Like our discussions on pay rates and piece pay, benefits, and how we need to dig into and understand our orientations and our wages. I know we talk a lot about getting our foot in the door and taking a job while we plan for that advancement and promotion to what we're really interested in or what we really want to do. I think if we have figured out what our goal is and we've put together a plan to get there, it's just easier to think of our yearly earnings or wages than to think about our hourly rate or salary. Sometimes I think we can get hung up on that. I think back in episode 9, we were working with Jeff Character. Remember our virtual example employee? While he was struggling with needing to pay for his parking each day. I think the company or the employer was offering a discounted rate when deducted from his check, or he could pay the full amount by the day, which seemed much cheaper at $5 a day than the $62 taken out of his check on the first of each month. We discovered how we would be saving about $40 each month or $480 a year if we'd had went ahead with the $62 or the monthly deductions. Recently, a scenario came up about insurance, kind of along the same lines, so let's look at that for just a minute. To keep it simple and just as examples, I'm not calculating anything or using the real formulas, and we'll use US dollars and information just because I'm more familiar with them. So with healthcare here, we need to carry some sort of health insurance or we may be penalized a calculated amount. Let's say the penalty is $750 a year based on our income, and our employer offers a plan at a cost to us of $11 a week. Now this $11 a week is the bare minimum plan, doesn't offer much, but it satisfies the requirements and prevents the possible penalty. So our penalty is $750 a year, and our insurance is $11 a week, which is $572 a year. We're actually coming out ahead for the year by taking the insurance and saving or earning, depending how you're wanting to look at it. We could be making $178. Even with a bit more comprehensive plan or one that offers a little more coverage like a few doctor visits and a little more than just preventative medicine, let's say it's costing us $23 a week or $1,196 a year. We're actually only out, or it's costing us $446 a year if you factor in the penalty we could have to pay anyway if we had no insurance. The point here, of course, is to be sure we understand and figure our income by the yearly totals and not just an hourly wage. In the two examples we mentioned, we'll be talking about roughly the equivalent of around 1 hour of overtime a week, and we'd be adding money to our yearly wage. Another thing that's hard to realize, I know it is for me, is working for a lower wage than we have before. If we just look at it using math though, let's say we had a job making $15 an hour and were offered a position for $12 an hour or even $11 an hour. We don't have that job making that $600 a week anymore. We're out looking for a job, so we're at $0 a week right now. $480 and even $440 is better than our $0 a week. And we're going to start out right from the start showing our new employer that we're there on time and ready to work for every shift and doing a great job, being productive and wanting more. We will advance, I'm certain of it. Even if our starting wage is all that they can pay for that position, there are other positions that once we learn our task, we can advance to. Keep moving through the positions until we get the job we want and at the wage that we're looking for. Like I always say, I hope we're all shooting for or planning for that VP position or maybe even higher, or the position that gives us what we want financially, physically, and emotionally, something we love doing. We need to plan for our goal, which should be retirement from a great career doing something we really enjoy. Again, think down the road, at least by the year and not on our present hourly wages. There's typically 2,080 regular time hours in a year. That's a 40-hour work week. Odds are that we're not going to be making that $11 or $12 all year long. That's just our starting wage. If we just can't block out that hourly component, let's divide our end-of-year earnings by the hours that we worked. It'll be more, maybe much more, if we've worked a lot of overtime throughout the year. And let's not forget to figure in any benefits the company may be offering. Just this week, I had a conversation with an employee regarding a monthly bonus, which has a potential of $300 a month. One way to look at that is an additional $1.73 an hour if we achieve all the bonus requirements each month. I know one company which offers birthdays paid. That's 8 hours pay to add into our yearly income. And don't forget vacation pay. Many companies may pay out that week or weeks if we don't take them, and that becomes just more to figure into our yearly wage. Remember, when we quit thinking about just making a weekly paycheck and work just a little on understanding and learning about our wages and finances, we will have earned more money at the end of the year. That's something I can truly guarantee. If we do our part for ourselves, we will be richer. We've learned that pay and responsibilities kind of go together. With each forward move and position that we take, a little more responsibility will be given to us. And yes, the job is going to be a little bit harder. We're responsible for more, and we're learning so much with it. Even if we change jobs or companies for whatever reason, we now have more skills and experiences to offer our new employer. On our Twitter feed, I found a quote I liked this week by Napoleon Hill. Big pay and little responsibility are circumstances seldom found together. I couldn't agree more with him, especially with our chosen profession of operations, distribution, production, and manufacturing. The bottom line is we have to work, and we work for money. Money to pay the bills and buy the things that our families want and need. We can, however, plan for that income, educate ourselves, or look down the road a ways and figure out how to come out ahead. Really way ahead at the end of each year. I just thought about a podcast that I listened to last week, kind of in line with my topic today. A friend in the financials world released her pilot episode of Unlocking the Secret of Living Rich. Check it out on iTunes, and I'm sure it'll be on Google Play Music as well. You can find it by the title or by her name, Cindy B. Brown. I look forward to it being really informative. Check it out. You can find her bio information there as well. Well, let's get back to our show. I kind of got off track again. I'll use those two very important words, orientation and communication. I don't feel I use them too often. Let's be sure to listen and ask questions about our new employer, our benefits, and what our job is, and what all they have to offer us in the long term. And be talking about our career with them right from the start. Let's impress them on that very first day. We here at WAOC would be happy to help you any way we can. We've had several young men and women take that next step within their companies and researching that next job with them. Please shoot us an email. host@warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com if you feel we could help or get you some answers or ideals for your own advancement. Remember now, we have nothing to sell you. All we can offer is experiences, our own experience, and the experiences shared by our whole group. Shoot us a message if you'd like to share anything or suggest topics or thoughts with the team and our listeners. I hope I brought up something today that helped you in some way, and I look forward to you checking in with us next week. Your time and participation is really appreciated. So as a safety thought today, let's all think of one thing we've noticed about our facility, one thing we've seen that didn't set well with us or that we think we could make better, and bring it up at this week's safety meeting and to our supervisor as well. Our co-workers and family will appreciate us thinking about it.